Welcome back, folks. I'm glad you're here. Let's take a look. That's the battle that we're dealing with. That's what's going on. That's what it looks like to be in addiction. Right there. And that's not really a nice picture, quite frankly. I think it's a waste of life. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your mission. And all this pain, it's like a bastion of pain and ugliness. And you know, the funny thing is that's your life right there. That's it. That's a picture. It's a real ugly picture, actually, when you look at it. And the thing is, as ugly as that picture is, right there, as ugly as it is, you don't see it. You do your best to avoid looking at that. Because if you saw that, feel free to take a screenshot. If you saw that every day, instead of counting days, maybe you might move a little bit forward. But again, I'm not going to reduce recovery to something simple. I'm not going to use an addictive strategy to recover. And so that's one of the things that you have to realize that's going on when you try to recover, because if you would classify yourself as you're an addict, well, you come from an addictive mind. So therefore, the suggestions about how do you deal with your addiction come from an addictive mind. Now, if you had like 10 years of sobriety or something like that, your thoughts would come from a sober mind. See, you'd have different thoughts is what I'm trying to tell you. So what I want you to do is to take some time, even though maybe you don't have those thoughts all the time, but to just get some of those thoughts from somebody that is sober, like myself. And you get around that enough that it starts to rub off on you, because you become what you're exposed to. And obviously you become what it is that you've been exposed to. And that's what we have to deal with. So what I got on this particular session for you, it's a strategy that I actually use for myself when I stop this. So there's no question about that it works. It was a strategy that really was predicated off of quitting smoking, because I used to be able to train people to quit smoking, not train them, but to show them different strategies to do that. And one of the strategies, before we get to the strategies, is this is what we have to beat up. I don't know what is exactly, but this is just an idea. People spend an hour a day with this behavior. Sometimes people spend more. When you add that up over 10 years, you get into this kind of number here. If it's 20 years, maybe it's double that. And then, maybe the consumption on your part is, maybe your consumption is more than an hour, so obviously it would add up. But the bottom line is, somewhere along the line, you have built a brick staircase of toxicity to a place of guilt and shame and despair, right? Isn't that what you say? And then and in this particular stairway that you've created, is a stairway where you call yourself a whole bunch of names. So the recovery process is really taking these bricks out and taking the stairway down. And you do it the same way that you build it up, one brick at a time. And again, going back to this, that ain't going to do it, because this ain't about the building bricks. All right? But what we're going to talk about not today is strategies and tools. I'm not going to give you any strategies and tools. I'm just going to give you the recovery, how do you quit porn program. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm going to tell you with absolute certainty and absolute clarity. If you don't have any other tools in your toolkit, I'm not so sure that this alone will do it for you. But I am sure that if you have a whole box of tools and you use this strategy, yeah, it'll work. It'll work every single time because of the fact that it is addressing what needs to be addressed the way that it needs to be addressed. All right. So this is the war that we're fighting against. It is a real addiction. It's a neurochemical addiction. It's a behavior addiction. It's habit addiction. But the big deal is you're getting a whole bunch of neurochemicals. You've been dousing yourself and dousing yourself and dousing yourself and dousing yourself and dousing yourself. And there's more neurochemicals than are listed here. Take a screenshot and then go to Google and look them up. And the interesting thing about these is many of these are available at pharmaceutical grade, folks. Available at pharmaceutical grade. But the neat thing is your body creates these. So yes, this addiction is real, and you've been dousing yourself with all these neurochemicals, and it needs to be dealt with in a strategic manner. And guess what, folks? Yes, 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 yes. Don't you ever count a day around me again. All right. So what I want to tell you before we even get started, as I talk about what it is I want you to know, is that it seems simplistic. It's going to seem so simplistic. It's going to seem so simplistic that it's not going to make sense. And I got it. I just finished telling you it's going to seem simplistic and too simplistic that it's not even going to make sense. And for some reason, because again, if you got an addicted mind, dousing yourself with all these neurochemicals, you think a little bit different than other people. Okay, so it's very easy to think that something isn't going to work. The reason why it's easy to think something isn't going to work, because as long as you think something isn't going to work, then that gives you permission not to do what it is you need to do to get to where it is you need to go. All right. So again, I encourage you to embrace and grab all of the tools that you possibly can to support this process. This will get you to where you ain't doing porn at all. And what it is that I'm saying, it does not have to be followed specifically. It's more general than it is anything. So what it is that we're doing here is we're tapering you off of porn deliberately. And we're teaching you how to build skills deliberately as you do that, okay? That's basically what we're doing. So let me talk about it. Let's talk about what you're going to do. And starting right now, this is a good thing to do in all aspects of something that you know that is not good for you, is learn to like delay it. Because that delaying is actually a muscle. And I talk a lot in my new days about micro habits and micro strategies and little small things that make macro differences. And then when you combine a bunch of macro differences, you have transformation. And the thing is, again, this does not make micro differences that add up to macro differences that add up to transformation. That's nothing. This is not a waiting game. This is an active game. Were you waiting to get addicted? No. Did you wait? Did you count days? This day. No, you didn't do any of that. So the first thing that you want to get in the habit of doing is delaying the urge, delaying when you feel like falling, because it's not like it's a bad thing that you are having urges. We've already talked about why. It's a neurochemical deal that's going on. All right. So you do fall to your urges, but if you're going to fall to your urges, why don't you develop the habit moving forward of just waiting 15 minutes? Wait 15 minutes. See, that's something that you can do. And one of the things that I want you to start doing is stop taking the little small things and not having them be important, because they are important. And when you stack enough of them together, they work in your favor. And one of a tool for urge management is wait 15 minutes. See, if you waited 15 minutes 5,000 times, I'm asking you a question. Do you think do you think it'd be easy to wait for things if you did it 1,000? Obviously, yes. So learn to delay. Well, while we're talking about delay, what I want you to know is that the delaying game, like everything else that we're doing gradual steps. So again, I'm going to give you an idea, and you can customize it to yourself. So my idea is delay it for 15 minutes. Once you get some authority at it, delaying it 15 minutes, then you step it up to 30 minutes. Once you get some authority at 30 minutes, 45. Then an hour. Then maybe 2 hours. Then maybe a day. You see what I'm saying? That's a little bit different than this. All right. So that's one thing to put in your cap of tools. Start the delay process. This is a boundary that you do have control over. You have control over things. You may not have control over everything, but you do have control over little things. And you know what? If you stack enough up, they'll work for you. Now, one of the things I want you to learn how to do is to manage your urges a little bit. And one of those is, again, is move. Get out of the situation where you are. You've got to learn how to respond differently. And that's what we want you to learn how to train yourself to do. Stop doing the same thing that you've been doing. Make a move. Take a walk. Make a sandwich. You know, one of the trainers, one of the trainers said, something that you can do. This is something you can do, because of the fact that you want to manage your life better. So maybe not having control over porn at this time, maybe that is a little difficult for you. But you know something that you can do before you get your porn is you can make a sandwich. And so he teaches people, make a sandwich. And you'd be surprised. It doesn't happen 100%, but you'd be surprised just making a sandwich might buy you some time. Might buy you a day. While in the meanwhile, you gain some tools. So, I mean, I'm not here to tell you exactly how to do it. I'm here to give you ideas. This is a customized journey. And guess what? It's always been a customized journey. It was a customized journey that you took that got you wrapped up. So it's going to be a customized journey that you take to get unwrapped up. Okay? And so movement kills the urges. Now, again, don't you sit here and get lazy and stupid and think that all you're going to do is just move or try to have a cold shower or walking. That's good strategies. I love it. Exercise is going to be your friend in this recovery process. One of the things we know is that a lot of people don't exercise. And one of the things that we know is that exercise is also very, 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 very good for you in your recovery process. However, sometimes exercises can actually cause you to be stimulated. So you need to have tools for that as well. So what's the next thing I want to tell you? All right. So you delay, and then you learn to replace things with things. Make a sandwich, cold shower, physical action, walk, okay? And then pull out a journal. Start documenting stuff. Start documenting your triggers. How long did they last? Start documenting strong urges. That's what I mean. Trigger causes urge. The urge lingers. How long did it linger? Start tracking stuff that's going on for you, because see, one of the things that's going on is there's so many cognitive distortions in this process. So you're making things worse than they are, and then you're making things better than they really are. And in both cases, that's working against you. But when you track it, you're actually writing down what is honestly going on. When your mind goes on its own, what it's going to do is it's going to make what's worse than it is, and to make what's good less than it is. All right. So let's go to the next thing. All right. So as I said, it's simple, man. It's so simple, it's ridiculous. So you can choose the path that you want to take. You can choose, hey, do I want to do this 90-day thing? Do I want to be at no porn in 90 days? Do I want to do it in 60 days? Do I want to do it in 30 days? You choose. This is your baby. Because the point of what we're doing is we're reducing the neurochemicals that you're getting. Because it's, as you can see, it's common sense. Common sense is this. If you were dousing yourself with this amount of chemical, right? And then all of a sudden you started dousing yourself with this small amount here, less than 30. Common sense tells you it's easy to stop something that you're doing at level, say, 10 versus level 90, right? So that's why you want to reduce it strategically so that you can go away. And one of the parts that is in the reduction process that's in my course is that one way that you do the reduction is that you reduce the amount of pleasure that you get out of it. And one of the ways that you do that is you say no to your favorite genre. You say no to it. You got a favorite genre. You know what it is. And you say no. That's one of the first steps. Stop it. No more. That's something you can do. You don't have to go to that genre. You don't. You maybe you might have to do PMO today, but you do not have to go to that genre. You don't. And so you need to learn how to go back to get it as plain, take the excitement, take the stimulation out of it, bring it down, and gradually now you can work with something. It's real hard to go from here, which is like massive dousing, man, to zero. It's hard. It's hard. All right. So again, I don't know what it is, what the plan is. But in my plan, it was, I don't even remember. Basically, what I did was I knew I was going to do this thing, and I knew how I was going to do this thing. And basically, I just reduced over time and did all of these things almost unconsciously. But I'm telling you to do it consciously because I already knew what to do because I created a stop smoking course about 15 years ago. So I just applied those same techniques into the not doing pornography. So that's the gist of what you do. Come up with a quit date, whether it's 30 days from now, 90 days from now, 60 days from now, and work on a strategy that reduces you to zero, that you cut it out in 25% increments. And then also learn to delay your indulgence. And you start with 15 minutes, then you go to 30 minutes, and then make it an hour. Now, when you get to the hour point and also at the 30-minute point, it's not just wait for 30 minutes and hey, I'm going to look at the clock and wait for 30 minutes and then I'm going to do this PMO. No, that's not what you do. You're going to do some kind of alternative strategy. Now, if you just want to sit there and look at the clock, that's okay with me. Because here's what I want you to do while you're looking at the clock. I want you to write down every thought that comes into your head. I want you to write down every single lie that your brain tells you as you're sitting there waiting. So now you're going to reveal all these lies and all these cognitive distortions that you got in your brain, okay? You're going to get rid of them because of the fact that you've never identified them. But when you write them down, you start identifying. So while you're waiting, when you're in the delaying process, write down what's going on for you. All right? And then when you get to week 4, no negotiation. And you just continue to get new tools. And basically, when you continue to do the same things and you continue not to do porn, what's going to happen is you're going to have an identity shift, and you are not going to see yourself as a porn addict in any way, shape, or form. And guess what? That's when the whole thing turns around. And that's when it really becomes effortless. Because what we're doing is we're fighting an addictive identity that wants to take over, my friend. So with that, guess what? I'm going to leave you with this song on the way out called I Don't Need the Old Me. And I'm going to say God bless you. And take some of this stuff in, man. And run the plays, as I just finished saying. Don't be afraid to come back and look at this again. But this is a quit strategy that will work better than nothing. Now, if you bring a whole bunch of tools with this, this will work every single time. So here's the song I'm going to let you go with. Oh, no, I'm not going to go yet. Not yet. Now, I want you to check out this Freedom Coach thing that I did in ChatGPT. Put some notes in the comment sections. I'll make sure that you get the link so that you can have this. And this is a pretty neat thing. So, you come up to it like it's a Chat GPT interaction. So basically, it's like a Chat GPT app. So basically, you could say, "Oh, I'm triggered," and boom, it will actually communicate with you and tell you some things to do. There you go, right? Tell you a few things to do. You could say, "Oh, build me a recovery plan." How about that? Probably build you a better recovery plan than I just did. Now, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever, because I want you to quit. This isn't about me. This is about you. See? Look at this. Just with the tape. Okay? I got a feeling, my friend, that might be just a little bit better than counting days. You know what I mean? Yeah. Teach me something about recovery. Look at this. Yeah. So let me know if you want this, and I'll make sure to get it to you. And then we'll go out with, this is actually my theme song. It's a song that was written by AI. But the AI knew so much because I had written a chorus. So it took a lot of what was written in the chorus and put it into the song. But this was like my theme song for a while. So I'll let you go out with that. And I wish you guys a masterpiece. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you next time. Perfection. Freedom is built by stacking one correct decision on top of another. Especially when motivation is low. The theme statement, you don't fix your life today. You just make one more right choice than yesterday. One more right choice, that's how I win tonight. Not the whole war, just the next fight. I don't need perfect, I just need true. One more right choice, and I move, and I move. I don't wake up strong, I wake up tired. Same old pull, same old fire. Mind says quit, heart says stay. So I choose right just a second, this minute, just for today. I stop chasing the finish line. And by the way, the link to the song and the album is actually in the description, so feel free.
Change fast, now I build slow so it actually lasts. Piece by piece I grow, discipline, quiet, steady, plain. But it breaks the cycle, breaks the chain. If I fall, I learn. If I slip, I return. If I drown, I get air. I don't shame, I don't hide, I just choose. That's how I rise. It's not by luck, it's by saying yes, by what I do. Brick by brick I rebuild my life. Not tomorrow, not someday soon. One more right choice. Right now I move. I move. This song is about